Happy Sunday, fun day, Super Soul Sunday, everyone. Did you guys miss me? So it's just gonna be a few moments while I take this time to invite some people to this live session to where we will be discussing the power of words and the language that we use. So just give me a few moments, inviting some special folks to today's session. So how's everyone doing? Did you guys miss me? I missed you guys. It's only been like a week that I didn't see you all, but that week felt like an eternity only because, it's been a week. And so today's focus is really about our awareness of the words that we use each and every single day. So almost done inviting a few special folks to today's live session. And are they there? Are they here? Alrighty, so everyone's all set. Oh, well, hello everyone. So now that I have invited all my special guests, and I'm glad you guys are all here. Genevieve, it was so amazing seeing you last night. Hey Carrie, hello everyone. So, what inspired today's gratitude session about words and the language and the power of the words in which we use was the last gratitude session, which was 2 weeks ago. Forgot the topic, but I should have looked it up. Which was, I was talking about something, and my regular followers, Robin, said something that really caught my attention, and also Rocky as well. And when we use the word work, when it comes to our spirituality and the work that we do, it's not really work. It is more about allowing or not allowing, and that's what I really want to get to in the heart of the matter is the choices of the words and the language in which we speak. And I just want to thank everyone for that great inspiration, because being a writer, being a speaker, being someone who's always around words, you are very careful in the words that you want to use. You're very careful in the words that you want to convey to the world in the message that you are sending. And it's very mindful process. It brings you to a whole another place of awareness when you use the words and create the words of crafting a particular message. But when it comes to the everyday, that's when we become more lax and more carefree and not aware of the words that we speak on a daily basis. And I hope my dear friend Melanie's in here, because I think this will, part of this broadcast will address the question that she asked me about a half hour ago that I'm still pondering. But yeah, so when we are in the place of creation, when we are in the place of attracting, when we are in the place of allowing or not allowing, we really have to look at the words of our choosing, because the words of our choosing, especially when it's tied to an emotion, creates our physical existence. I will repeat that one more time. So the words that we choose, the words that we craft, the words that we choose to speak, when tied to an emotion, creates our physical existence here, now, in this reality. Everyone get that? Just type yes or no if everyone gets that. Y for yes, N for no. So, and the reason why the words that we speak create our existence in the physical reality is because it's the only way we can clearly and intentionally create our existence. Our words tied with our emotion creates what we want, because the universe can hear our thought, and sometimes our thoughts become muddled and unclear and become unsure. But yet, when we speak them, when we speak the words, it is with clear intention. The words we speak are with clear intention, whether they are aloud or to self. Regardless of what form, it has a strong intention behind them. So that's why when we say, I am, followed by X, Y, and Z, when we create an affirmation, when we write something down on paper, when we clearly communicate something, the universe hears us, especially when it comes to creating an affirmation. And just an example here for you guys, and just want to make sure you guys are still with me, just keeping up. But just an example here for you, when we say I am able or I am going to, the universe hears that and obliges our request. It obliges us with our desire. It's like, okay, this person has strong intentions with whatever it is that they want to create. But when we say something, if we create an affirmation with a negative connotation, such as I am not going to, or I am not able, or I am unwilling, when you create something like that, the universe is unable to hear the negative connotation because it doesn't respond to negative energy in that sense. It doesn't respond to negative words. It only hears the positive in that which you speak. So if you say, I'm not going to go work out, but somehow you end up going to the gym, or if you create or something of such a strong desire, I can't even think of an example right now to where it will bring you something of a strong negative desire. But in any case, so if you have something that you say, I'm not going to do this because X, Y, and Z, and if you have a strong desire not to do it, then the universe says that this person really wants to do it, so let's give it to them. And that's how the universe works. It only responds to the vibration of your energy. So when we speak the words, the language in which we speak, aloud or to self, with strong emotional ties, with that strong emotional energy, the universe hears that loud and clear. So when we speak of something in a strong negative connotation, then the universe responds to that as well, because it's our vibration and it is our energy in which the universe responds to. We all get that? We're all on the same page? Just type in Y for yes, N for no. And I don't even have notes today, so I'm just going off vibration, whatever everyone is feeling, because this was such a strong, and it will always be a strong topic for me, because we always have to be very mindful and very aware of the words in which we think and speak and feel, because when we create, when we have the law of attraction working in our favor, and this is what a lot of people don't understand, and I would get into some of this on Saturday too, Lori, with my seminar. So this is just a prep for you. So when we get into a space in which we want to create, manifest something in our life, the first thing that we have to do is to become in vibrational alignment with the energy of love and joy and happiness. Then we have to find the right words to articulate what it is that we want to desire, that we want to manifest, that we want to make happen in our life. So we have to be more mindful. And how do we become more mindful of our words? How do we become more aware of what it is that we speak? And how do we become more aware of our physical manifestations when they appear, when we are responsible for what it is, right? So, the way to become more aware of our words and our vibration and our energy is to go within, is to look at self and to really be sure of what it is that we are creating is what we want. And so we go within and really take the time, because the universe is patient with us. The universe is patient with us. So we go inside to really look and to really analyze and to seek and to bring out the best of ourselves when we start the place of creation, when we start to choose our words wisely and to really articulate our existence, our awareness. So guys, I want to hear from you, because you know me, I like to interact with you all because I could talk all day. And actually, you know, like I said, this just happens naturally. I love that question, Lori. How do we raise our vibration? And our vibration is our own intention. Our vibration is feeling good. Our vibration is what we seek. So how do we raise our vibration? We can go in through meditation. We can find things to make us feel good. It's all about aligning yourself with what makes you feel good and finding joy in where you are, finding comfort in what you're doing, finding happiness within yourself, because that's where it all begins. Your vibration starts with you. And if you notice that if you are on a lower frequency, especially by the words and choices that you make, then you have to bring more awareness to your choices and words, and just to allow you to find better options and to find things that are going on with yourself. And when you find, you know, the next step up, when you find the next thing to make you feel good, the next thing to make you feel better, then yes, that is how you raise your vibration, whether if it's through meditation, whether if it's through something that makes you feel good, whether if it's having your favorite dessert. It could be simple things, even if it's you listening to your favorite song you have in the back of your head, or reading a favorite poem, or, you know, something that makes you feel good. And that is the easiest way to always raise your vibration. So yes, Lori, thank you for that question. And you know what, Lori, I'm going to be sending out email this week for you guys to prep for the seminar this week. So I'm so excited about that. So Jermaine, technical difficulties. You know, I saw it pause a few moments here on my side too. It happens every now and again with Facebook Live. So, I mean, just be patient. If you can't catch all of it now, you can definitely watch the replay when I end this live feed. So, yes, I am so happy that you are grateful for all that you have and grateful for our time spending it together. So wait, where was I? Yes, so guys, keep coming with questions, because I want to be sure that we're all on the same page with regards to the words and the language that we use, because we do have to be more mindful and more aware of everything that we choose to speak into our existence. And so when we raise our vibration, when we are more aware of the words that we speak, then everything else will start to flow into its place. Everything else will start to become more at ease. Oh no, I have a weak connection. Oh well. But I want to take this time to read something that caught my eye a few moments ago, an excerpt from my book, Awaken with Gratitude. And it was kind of flowed into the next thought I had of bringing our awareness into everything that we do, to everything that we are accomplishing, to everything that we want to manifest is our awareness. And that's where it all starts. It starts with our awareness of the words that we speak, the words that we feel, and it is just the next step in the process. So the excerpt I want to read to you is from my book, Awaken with Gratitude, which can be found on my website or on Amazon. And my website, for those who don't know, is hillispugh.com. And the excerpt I want to read to you is just a few lines called from awareness, which is the next step into where I want to go in this conversation on this amazing Sunday. So, with the acknowledgement of the awareness, we become more attuned with ourselves. The natural instincts or intuition play a role in the awareness we possess. We then become aware of our gifts, energy, and higher self, or soul and spirit. With this heightened level of awareness, we become more cognizant of ourselves, passion, and purpose. We are constantly in an unconscious state of awareness, but it is when we become aware and acknowledge the awareness, our mental clarity aids us in becoming one with the energy, the universe, and God. The level of oneness can be glimpsed in a few moments, or as long as it is needed to be. So, with that being said, when our awareness, and it's not whether we have to allow or not allow. Well, actually, it is. Sorry. It's not of us having to do the work. It is us having to allow or not allow the flow of awareness that we seek coming to us, or that is within us already. Because that's what it is. We constantly go out to all these sources. We constantly go outward to search books and gurus, which is fine, which is totally fine. We have to reach for what is best for us and easy for us at that moment to understand who we truly are before we are able to take that trip and that journey within us to become more aware and confident in who we are and step into that with ease and with grace. Because our attention to the words that we speak, our attention to everything that we create starts with how we feel and flows into the words, which is setting that intention that the universe hears. And when the universe hears our thought, our process, and feels our energy, and we become in alignment with that, regardless of whatever it is. It could be something that we're truly joyful about, or something that we have a strong disagreement with or a strong disdain for that we don't want, but yet it still shows up because the universe hears that energy, and it's like, okay, they must want this so bad that they are expressing this great energy for it. And that's what it comes down to, that the words and the language of the universe is how we feel. That's the bottom line. It's how we feel, Well, actually, Melissa, the universe does respond to negativity. And the reason why it responds to negativity is the energy and the emotion that we put behind it. And I'm not sure if you caught what I said earlier in the broadcast. It is when we express something of negative energy, like, say, for example, we create an affirmation, or we say, I don't want to do this. Oh, the universe hears, I do want to do this, because the universe doesn't hear the not or can't or won't. It doesn't hear those negative words. It only primarily focuses on the energy and the frequency in which we put out there. So we say, I'm not going to do this today. I am, whatever it is, if it has a negative word in it, and yet you're still passionate and adamant about not doing something, then the universe is going to show it to you regardless because you put the energy into it. So this is what I'm getting at with everyone today, is that regardless of what we say, what we think, and the words that we use, it all starts with feeling. It all starts with how we feel about something or someone. That's number one. Number two, it starts with how we feel. It starts with how we feel, and it goes into the thought process. The thought process of creating something and molding something to your grandest desire. You can create and mold this piece of clay that you have in your mind, this ball of energy, and create this vision that you so want for yourself. And after you create this energy that you want for yourself, then you set the intention with the words. Whether if you write it down on paper, whether if you speak it with words, or even if you think it with a thought, that's the final step in setting that intention into moving it forward with the words. And that's why I say that words are so powerful, that's how the universe hears us. That's how we speak to the universe, is with our words, is with our thought, and with our feelings. So the three is like a trinity. They all go hand in hand. So it starts off with how we feel, and then it goes off into the thought process, the molding process of, that's within our thoughts. And then it moves into the final stage of the intention that we set with the words. So the words kind of seal the deal of everything else that we have co-created thus far. So yes, you're so welcome, Melissa. So, Kia, I see that you tuned in late, but I'm glad you're here. So, people, are there any questions, any concerns, or any clarity that you want around this topic about the power of words and language that we use every day, and how we could bring more awareness to that? Because it's really important to really understand the words that we speak and the intention, the thought process, and the feeling behind them. Because we can say something and not mean it, but does the universe really know that we don't mean what we say? Or do you really mean what you say? And you say, anyone ever say something to someone and you really meant it? But you said, joking, I'm just joking, it's not serious. How many of you guys ever really done that? How many of you actually said something to someone in a joking manner, or that you wish you could take it back? How many? I just want to know. Because, we've all had moments, and I can't think of an example right now personally, to where we said something to someone, in the heat of the moment. And it was like, okay, I wish I wouldn't have said that, because you really didn't mean it. But yet, at the same time, what was your intention? What was your reasoning for saying it? So, Jordan and Genevieve and Grant, I want to know, who was the person that you said that to? And did you regret it later? Did you really, did you apologize for it? Because, we can always go back and make up for what we said and done, just allowing ourselves to be in that space of sympathy and being apologetic. And that's what's important when we are in that space of just allowing ourselves to be vulnerable to the words, vulnerable to the energy that we have created. And when we become more vulnerable in that space, then we open ourselves up to receive more of that energy, more of that loving energy, more of that happy, forgiving energy. And that's what it's all about. It's all about us being in that space and just really understanding it for what it really is. And only we, self, knows what that is. Yes. Well, yes. Because sometimes, Grant, we get so caught up in the moment. It's like, I hate you right now. I don't like you. Get out of my face. You're just so evil. And, sometimes we have those moments to bring us to a more self-awareness, and that self-awareness allows us to just like, did I just say that? Is that really who I am? It's like we question ourselves in those moments, because do we get a chance to see who we really are? Do we get a chance to really see the potential of who we could be? Do we see ourselves as, someone with all this energy and not holding back? There are a lot of reasons why we have those moments, of just blurting something out or just saying something that's not, character of who we are. And that is for us to experience our own self-contrast, our own self-awareness, and challenging ourselves in a place of like, okay, I get it, I said it, but that's not who I am. And you say, okay, then, it gets to a point where you no longer, see yourself, and you become more aware of what you say and how you feel. And that's really important. Lori, that's a good one. I love it. You just wait 30-second rule before you say anything. And I appreciate that. I love that so much, because you have become more aware of who you are, and you take ownership of what you say, and that's really what it is. We have to take ownership of our words. We have to take ownership of our feelings. We have to take ownership of our thought process, because it is part of the manifestation process. What we feel, what we think, and what we say. The trifecta, the process, is the manifestation of who we are. See, I really love that. Jordan, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Welcome to my live stream. I think we're friends on Facebook, but I haven't seen you much. But let me read what you have here. Let's see, because it's a long one. Oh, wow, that's really long. I get frustrated. So you know what, Jordan, I love that you said that, and I love your honesty. I appreciate that so much, and I can only speak from my personal experience, and I can relate to you. Not saying that I ever had anyone in my life that ever did that, but me personally, being an only child and being doted on so much in my life, but yet at the same time, I learned a great amount of independence just from watching my family and what they have taught me to be prepared to live on my own out here in the world. And knowing I can always go back home, and knowing that I have that option, that parachute, made life a little bit easier, but not as easy, because of my pride that I've had for so many years. And it's just only in the past 4 or 5 years that I had to let my pride go. There's the instances where I catch myself with it, but you really have to understand someone else's upbringing and how they were brought up, because there's someone that I know who was taken care of their whole life, and not knowing how to do things out here in the world. So there is some level of ignorance, only because they don't know. And sometimes you really have to catch yourself, and say and just accept it, because sometimes they honestly don't know. And if you mean what you say and feel what you mean, then you have to really question and see, am I at the right place at the right time? And that's, you really have to, not look at yourself as an example, just look at the situation for what it is, and not analyze it from your point of view, because when you analyze something from your perspective, it's clouded and judged through your eyes. It's clouded and judged through your perspective, and it's set up with your levels of expectation. So when you look at life from through your glasses, that's all you're gonna see. Just gonna see your life through your glasses and how other people should have lived. And sometimes there may be resentment because someone else lived it better, or maybe you lived it better than someone else, or you had better decision making qualities only because you lived a different life. So now you really have to take it in and to see their life from their perspective. So you really have to allow you to, you just really have to thread through that person's life and really see it from their perspective and really just understand where they've been and what they've experienced. Because I totally get what you're saying, especially being raised with the individual that I spoke about. Me living out on my own, and having loving, supporting people around me continuously, and knowing I can always go back home if I wanted to, and then the other individual just being at home their whole life and not really understanding how everything else worked outside of that, close knit that of home. So you just really have to look at it that way. I hope that helps. I really do, because you just really have to be more mindful and more aware than what you really are. Hey, Rochelle, I thought you were popping up on the next Saturday, or this Saturday. But actually, it's not really chilly. I just feel like a cool breeze on my head, and people who have no hair, the slightest cool breeze is, especially for me, is a bit sensitive. So yeah, that's the only reason why I have on the hat. But I thought I was seeing you on Saturday, but if not, the 22nd is good too. We'll make arrangements and make that happen. So yes, Melissa, words. Actually, yes, words are energy, but energy creates the words. Energy creates the words. Energy creates the thought process to create the words. So it's actually, we think of it words, thoughts, energy. It's actually the other way. So we actually we create the energy first, through a good feeling vibration or a negative feeling vibration, which I hope most of us hardly ever feel. And then it is molded through the thought process with the energy. So we take our energy, mold it, and just allow it to happen. And then the words are like the icing on the cake. It seals the deal. Whether the words are spoken silently, aloud, or on a piece of paper, those words are, it's like the trifecta. It's like the icing on the cake. But we have to be really, 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 really mindful of the words we speak. We speak words every single day, on a daily basis, and not really aware of them when we speak to our coworkers, when we speak to our friends, when we speak to our loved ones, when we speak to our family, when we speak to our spouses, when we speak to our pets. We speak words daily and constantly, but yet at the same time we are aware of the words that we speak. We know the words that we speak, but we don't know what the impact of those words that we speak. So yeah, I guess that's going to be the next flow of topics of the impact of the words we speak. But yes, it's been a struggle not to project out the frustrations. Oh yes. Trust me, I understand. There are big conversations that I had with this individual many times about our life experiences. When they would drive me home, or when we were just hanging out. It's like, okay, you and I have the same upbringing, same family, same everything. But at the same time, it's like you have led a sheltered life. You've been catered to because that was your choice. And I wasn't upset by that because that was your choice to stay home. And it's my choice to live and to move out and to experience, another type of life. But there have definitely been argumentative discussions about, certain things and how things work in the world, and it's just them being naive and ignorant to, that experience. So yeah, so no need to hold on to that energy. Find a way to let it go, Jordan. Just let it go. I mean, if it's meant to be, it will be. That's all I can really say about that. But yes, Michelle, I think you missed that part. We talked about that already. But you really have to catch yourself. So actually, you probably tuned in just in time, because the impact of the words that we speak, whether we regret them or not, is the physical manifestation of them. So, Michelle, you said that you regret something that you say almost daily. And why is that? You really have to think about why you say something almost daily that you regret. Is it because you get caught up in the energy, the momentum that you create? You really have to think about what you say. I mean, I know sometimes things get hectic and crazy and out of control, and we just, fly off the handle, like, and just lose it. And sometimes it's okay, but if you do it almost daily, that's like almost habitual. There's a reason why you say something that you regret every day. And you really have to become more aware of the words that you speak, because the words that we speak manifest in some way. As I said earlier, it's the trifecta. Everything starts with a feeling. Everything starts with how we feel, and then it flows into the thought process. And the thought process forms the words, setting the intentions. And so we can always go back to the thought process and how we feel to reset or redesign the manifestation, the physical manifestation of it. But you really have to understand what impact of the words that we have in our lives and someone else's lives. And I think it was a PSA that I saw years ago about child abuse, and it was, words hurt more than a fist. And I thought about that. And this was like spiritual days. This was like before I had any thought about doing what I'm doing now. And it really, really, really hit home. Only because, as a child growing up, especially, when I did, you being disciplined for something that you have done. And for me, if I got disciplined by one, I got disciplined by all. I mean, there was just no one form of discipline. There was always more than one. So, I mean, I was very fortunate to learn a lot of lessons early on in life. But as I grew up, there were things that were said to me, family, friends, whomever, to where it left a lasting impression. So when we say something to someone, ridiculing them, saying something, that's making them feel bad or making them feel worse, are we reflecting on that individual? Are we saying something to them that is a reflection of our own life? Or are we saying something to them to make us feel good? So we really have to understand why we say those things that will leave such a strong impact on another. And sometimes we don't even know that the words that we speak are going to leave such a strong impact on them until they later voice it. So it's a twofold process. So people, if you are in a place where you are saying something that that can be detrimental to someone else, that can impact someone else's life, that can, impede them in some form or way, you have to think about that. Are you saying something out of anger, frustration, to make you feel good? Or are you just saying something that's just, in the moment? And as Lori said earlier, and I liked it, take, not, you don't have to take 30 seconds, but take at least 10. Take at least 10 seconds to really understand why you're saying it. Yes, Lori, I will see you Saturday. Can't wait. But yeah, so you guys, you really have to understand why you say what you say and the impact that it will leave on another. And Michelle, I'm going to read your comment here and hopefully provide you more clarity about this. So, Michelle, I know that you adore your children. I know you do. So you have to find the patience within yourself. I mean, because, children are very impressionable. And sometimes you really have to, and I understand that you have special cases. I get that. I understand that completely. Which is even more for you to take a moment before you react. Because the impact of what we say can leave a mark on someone for a lifetime until they're able to deal with it. Because, right now, some people, children and adults, are unable to process and deal with their anger or with the impact of the words that you left on them. And like I said before, you have to remember, why do you say what you say? Is it because you want to make yourself feel good? You want to put somebody else down? I mean, what's the point? What's the purpose? You really have to really put that into place. You really have to understand why you are saying what you're saying and why you are doing what you're doing, and really creating this manifestation, because that's what it is. Like I said before, when we speak the words that we speak and say it the way that we say it, it is setting that intention. So words are is energy manifested in physical form. So we have our feelings. When we are feeling good or feeling bad, whatever we come into alignment with, then there's the thought process of the energy that we mold with the energy that we work with, that we co-create with. And then there are the words. The words are the final setting in that intention. The words are like, okay, this is it. I'm setting the intention. This is all I'm saying. This is all I'm doing. And you can always go back and recreate it if you don't like it. That's what it's there for. I mean, it's all about how you feel, what you feel, and how you say it. And Harriet, you are not late. But people, just remember, it's a 3-part process, as I just spoke of. So are there any questions for clarity and to really understand what we say and how we say it and how we feel when we say it? Because it doesn't matter what you say. It's all about how you say it. How to recreate it. Yes. So, Ryan, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're joining us. And it's pretty much all about the process of everything that we do. Everything that we do each and every single day, and how we come into awareness of it. And our awareness stems from the vibrational frequency in which we operate on, whether if it's a lower frequency or if it's a higher frequency. I mean, the universe responds either way. It hears you, it hears your energy, and that's what the first thing the universe hears. The first thing the universe hears is your energy. And then you co-create it with the universe with your thoughts. You mold it with your thoughts. You mold it with the images that are in your mind. And you mold it with the love that you give it. And with that, you seal the deal with the words. It's like, I am loving this new idea that I am co-creating with the universe. I am loving this idea that I'm co-creating with myself. I'm loving the idea that the universe has given me to co-create here and now. And when you speak and when you said it like that with the affirmation, it pretty much is an alignment and sealing the deal, I have to think of it that way. Jordan, I love you today. You're asking amazing questions. I love it. Do you think the universe responds to the actual definition of the word, or the feelings and vibes behind the words we put forth, like the tone and pitch, if we were not yelling or not? That's an amazing question. I love that. And actually the universe responds to it all, and I'm going to break it down here for you. So, as I said before, that, for example, The universe responds to only positive words, such as I am doing this, I am going to do this, I am loving this, I am appreciating this, as opposed to sometimes when we create affirmations or when we say things and we, say things, I am not doing this today. And when you say things in great energy, whether if it's a loving energy or if it's in anger, the universe hears that. It hears the energy. And the energy is so high that the universe kind of doesn't see the emotion of it. So there's really doesn't see the emotion of it, just sees the high energy behind it. So when we say something with such high energy, then the universe responds to that high energy. And then when we mold it into the process of our thoughts and words, then it's the words in which we speak, and it's up to us to use the words that we feel best define our intentions or affirmations. So the universe is supporting us in what we say and how we say it. So there's no things like in tone or in pitch. It first responds to the energy. So if we're yelling or if we're screaming or if we are in a loving space or in a calm space, but the energy is still high, then the universe sees that. It sees that high energy, whether if it's negative or positive, and it responds to the words that we feel best suit our manifestation. So yeah, that's what it comes down to. It's just that in which we create. And I'm going to say that again, it is that in which we create. So the universe responds to us, our well-being, our words, our energy, our intentions, and it follows suit. So however you feel comfortable creating with the energy that you have, then that's how it responds. So it's all up to you. Is the bottom line. I hope that helps. So yes, Harriet, yes, definitely speaking everything into existence. But remember, it all starts with how we feel inside. And we come into alignment with whatever frequency that we put out there. So yeah, so it really starts with that. So I'm just going to wait a few moments here. But I think, are there any more questions? I just want to make sure that we are all on the same page, that we are all here, we are all present, that we all understand that everything that we speak and how we say it and the words that we choose, because it's really important in the words that we choose to bring ourselves into full awareness of the co-creation that we want. So the words that we speak, the words that we say, the words that we allow ourselves to have really come into that space. So just want to make sure that we are all on the same page. It's all about the words and how we say them and the intentions behind them. Doesn't matter how we say it, doesn't matter what we say. It matters first how we feel about what we say. Then it matters the thought process in which we mold our energy with. And then it seals it with the words in which we speak and how you address it. You can address it lovingly or you can address it with negativity. So it's all up to you and how you create and manifest. I feel like I want to jump through this phone and and touch every single one of you. That's how I feel right now, because I keep leaning in and keep leaning in and keep leaning in, but it's just means that I'm so engaged with everything that you all are doing and invested in everyone understanding where we are and what we're doing right now, because this allowing of the guidance, this allowing of your awareness, this allowing of who you are is important to yourself, because we are definitely moving forward in such high energy right now. Just the other day it was a new moon, and they called it, I think it was a black new moon, and the energy I felt that day, it was a lot. So, you guys really have to invest in yourselves and become more aware in the words that you speak. Become more aware of the words in which you recite. Become more aware of your thought process. Become more aware of how you feel before you speak. become more aware of the impact of what you say to anyone else. It's just how we feel, how we think, and the words. It's all about the words because, any great magician would tell you it's always about the words in which you speak and how you say them in the order that you say them. So technically, to close this amazing topic for this Sunday, is that we're all magicians. We are all magicians using our words to manifest our truest desires. So you're a magician, you're a magician, you're a magician, I'm a magician. We're all magicians. Say that 3 times fast. So you guys, I will leave you with a few announcements. So this is the last week that you guys can register for my Awaken with Gratitude seminar here in New York City at the Edgar Cayce Center at 135 West 7th. Anyway, the address is on my website under the Gratitude Seminar. So you guys just visit my website, hillerspugh.com, and just go into the Gratitude section. You guys can register there for the New York City Awaken with Gratitude Seminar. It's the last week for that because the seminar is Saturday. So excited. And then I am holding a seminar in Chicago next month. So about 4.5 weeks away, we'll be in Chicago doing the same seminar. So if you guys are in Chicago or nearby, you guys can go hang out there, come hang out there with me, and be lovely to have you and to meet you all here and there and wherever you happen to be. And if you guys have any questions after this goes up, after it is published on my time feed, I'll be more than happy to answer any and all questions if I haven't answered them already. So you guys have an amazing day. Awaken with a little gratitude. Until next week.